Hi there, it's Ina here, and this is a jelly plate print I've done some time back on deli paper. I ripped away a piece to attach to my art journal with mud medium. Here I'm outlining the shape of a heart as I want to create one of those faded heart looks, and for that I'm using my Neo Color 2 in a very similar color than the background, pretty purple. And all I have to do to create a faded look is to smudge the color towards the page. Now I have shown you this technique in a very recent video, but it's very, very simple as you can see, and it gives a nice faded outline on the page when I'm all done. Yep, just like this. And now I decided to paint a tree, and for that I use black acrylic paint. Very simply, I don't want a fancy tree, but I also want the roots, and everything was going just fine. And my video stalled, like you can see here. It wouldn't work. So rather than having a break in my process, I took another journal, and here I am creating the tree one more time, just so you can see how I do it. Painting trees is really a lot of fun and very relaxing. There are not too many rules. Trees come in all shape and sizes. And of course, you can draw your tree as realistic as you like, but you can also make it very abstract. You can have all straight branches, all smooth round branches, whatever you might like. I think the only little rule you might want to follow if you want your result still look like a tree is to make sure the main branches are thicker, of course, especially towards the trunk, and that you get smaller and smaller and finer as the branches get away from the main trunk. And you can use different sizes paintbrushes to make that easy on you. This video will be a little shorter than my usual ones because it's a simple page, but I think the outcome is quite nice. I like it, and I hope you will too. So back to my art journal page where my original tree was waiting for me. Here I'm using my little pointer to add dots, first in light green and then in white. Those are acrylic paints, just to give the impression or illusion of leaves. And then I will be adding a quote I found in a magazine, and it said, "Dream big, find your voice, and put it out there." So I cut it apart to make it a little more pleasing to the page. I also distress it using my archival ink. Now this is the last page in this little journal, and of course that means there's going to be a flip through, which I'm hoping to post next week, and then you will be able to see all the other pages as well. So this magazine paper is a little flimsy, so I have to be a little careful to attach it. I use matte medium, but at the end it works, and I give it a protective coat on top as well. Now, because the quote talks about finding your voice and standing out, I added this little 3D metal leaves using E6000 because I thought maybe that is the leaf that found its voice and stood out. And I missed a part there, but I was just using my ink pads in yellow to add a little color to the edges. And actually later on, I intensify that color a little bit off camera, and you can see that in the photos. And here I'm doing a simple border, again, just with some markers. And I also outlined the little quote first with black and then in white with my Posca pen. Also add a few more white little dots to the border. You know, I always like to make borders on my art journal pages. I think it just gives them a nice finish. So, and I think that brings me just about to the end of my page. Here it is. I just love the color. I'm happy I was able to use this jelly print on a special project. Bye bye for now.